So people are leaving traditional schooling at astounding rates. People are looking for alternatives to this old system that is designed for a purpose that no longer exists. It's turning, intelligent, creative young kids into 9-to-5 slave drones. And kids are being brainwashed by governments into political, economic, and gender ideology that many parents and families don't want a part of. Everyone's looking at alternatives, but the question remains, what do you do if you don't want to put your kids into traditional schooling? So my siblings dropped out of school and moved to an island on the Mediterranean Sea, and we've decided to no school them. And this is my family's journey of searching out and creating our own alternative education. So how I got here is, I couldn't hack it in the traditional schooling environment. I excelled up until a certain age, and then, the further I questioned, the more in trouble I got. And I went through a stage where I found myself inside of 3 different schools inside of 1 calendar year, and I was just so frustrated because I felt like my greatest strengths were treated as weaknesses, and all the things that I was good at were punished. And not to say that I was the perfect student, and hey, I did some silly things at school, but what I really discovered was it wasn't fights that I got into that got me in the most trouble, or it wasn't even disrupting in class. The thing that really got me in trouble in school was my questioning, and my commitment to questioning the way things are being done, and my commitment to continue to ask questions that the teachers didn't have answers for. That's really what got me in trouble and why I had to keep moving. And I've spent the last years of my life traveling the world, going on my own journey of self-led education, scaling online businesses, traveling to over 60 countries, and creating my own self-navigated, self-directed, and self-led education. In 2019, I helped my parents, right before COVID, transition their business to moving online. And now, they have the freedom to live, work, and create from anywhere. And so our family have roots here in Malta, but one of my grandfathers was born here. And so my family has decided to spend a year here and, get a taste of what life could be like in the unknown. So I've been living in Latin America for the last year and flew in for Christmas and started spending time with my siblings and thought, why don't we go on the journey of having a look at what it would be like to recreate or to create something completely new in their education. Tell us, what are you working on this morning?
I'm editing videos for Dad's business. There's some for in the business, like when people buy a book, and also his YouTube videos. Yeah.
And Instagram Reels? Or?
Yes, some Instagram Reels I'll be doing this morning, and then YouTube Shorts, yeah.
Cool. And what
I'm just becoming like an amazing video editor, so then I can work with like bigger businesses, bigger companies. So just working through editing longer videos, yeah. Create a big social media platform for me, but then also an agency for clients for me to run their social media. Yeah.
Cool. And what's it like being no schooled and not going to school anymore?
Amazing. Freeing. It feels very freeing. Yeah.
Amazing. Cool. Do you want to pass it to?
I'm just editing some videos for your project, getting them cut and ready to be posted. They're going to be some B-roll for some YouTube videos, so it's easier so instead of shooting them all again. Not going to school is like a lot better because we don't have to be in one classroom and we can do projects that we want, not what we're told to do. and being able to live the life that I want.
I'm working on some web designs for a few different clients.
Amazing.
Design overall, but then especially in websites at the moment. Yeah.
Amazing. And what do you
I'm just wanting to create a space where I can create enough income so I can be able to travel the world. And that right now is looking like website designs.
I'm working on a YouTube video every week, and I'm working on reading and writing.
What an average day looks like in this education that we're creating, and it is evolving as we go, but essentially what a day looks like is we wake up, there's a little writing practice that the kids kind of participate in, and then we have a coffee and we'll work on projects that we've kind of created. So we might go to a local cafe and spend a few hours working on one of these projects, which is all centered around developing the high value skill that is scalable, that can be done anywhere. That's it's an online skill. We'll eat, train in the sun, get as much sun as we can, and then get in the ocean. Then the afternoons are structured to be open to whatever the kids want to spend their time doing, from language learning to music and art, on their businesses, which is a big part of the philosophy, the new skills, reading, and any social things in the community here. I think movement is one of the best ways that we can express ourselves, and it has a whole host of benefits, obviously. So, movement is a big part of kind of what we're creating on a daily basis. We've got some basic rings and some different pieces of training equipment. We've got these as well, which we can just take to the beach and kind of get a good workout in wherever we are. And it's an amazing part of what we're creating here. And so we're doing like strength training, to getting in the ocean every day. And then we're also doing some like skill development through juggling and through handstands and things like that, and different skills. I had a friend, Keegs, encouraged me to learn how to juggle a couple of years ago, and I thought it was kind of stupid and silly. And I thought, why would anyone want to put that much time into something that seems, kind of meaningless? But I took his encouragement and I went and did it, and over a couple of days I learned how to juggle at a basic level, and I was terrible at the start, and and what it did, it showed me in like 2 or 3 days the whole journey of learning and the whole real journey of going on the journey of mastery, and took me from being a complete beginner where I felt like I could never figure this thing out until a couple of days being a confident juggler. And I think it's interesting because it shows us the whole journey of learning, and for the amount of time that we spend dedicated to the education of humans, but especially children, we don't really spend a lot of time asking questions of how the process of learning actually works. Kids go spend 8 hours a day sitting in a classroom. What a child learns. So I thought it was a worthy question. How does the process of learning sort of work? And I witnessed something very similar when I was learning Spanish, because I looked around me and I realized that there'd been people that had been learning the language for 4 or 5 years but still couldn't have a conversation. They've been doing lessons weekly or whatever. And I thought, well, I better dedicate some serious time here to actually, before I even go and try and learn the Spanish language, to understand how language learning works and learn about the different methods and different ways of acquiring a language. And that completely changed the way I learn a language, to the fact that, after, 6-7 months in the language, I can have great conversations and I consider myself fluent to a basic level, versus people that I met that, spent a lot longer and for a lot less. So I think skill acquisition is great for that, because it teaches the individual on an individual level how they can go from being terrible at something to being able to do it in a matter of a couple of days. And I think it's a beautiful skill and a beautiful tool that transfers across to anything that we want to learn or anything we want to create. So yeah, thanks for the juggling balls, Keeks. And so the philosophy of what we're creating here has a few components, but the main part of the philosophy is that the purpose of education is to create free individuals. Free of the mind, free of the body, with resources to create the ability for them to be time free, to not have to trade their time for money as they grow and work and create for themselves. Based on the idea of the polymath, the person who is empowered in all areas of their life, not to be one-sided or to have empowerment in one area at the expense of another, but to empower all areas of life, to be healthy, wealthy, happy, to have incredible relationships, to be intellectually empowered and to understand languages, the world, history, be able to express ourselves in any way through art, music, really seeking to create fully empowered individuals. We're doing project-based learning, so using real life projects from the online businesses of our family, and pulling out projects for the guys to be able to develop themselves with. Real projects that require them to stretch and grow and learn new skills. Next, they're also building YouTube channels and personal brands around their interests, around their journey, around what is naturally kind of is curious to them. I believe the future of business is all going to be creator-led, so growing a YouTube channel and growing their personal brands from a young age is an amazing way to develop their skills as a creator, but also they're building an asset, a list, which they can use to launch businesses in the future as they grow up, to launch products, agencies, services. And then, we're going to show them how to do self-led learning, so how to find the answer for themselves rather than the traditional school system, which gives you the answer, but how to actually seek out the answer for yourself, and then also ask questions of yourself. So, the biggest questions that I was asking when we were kind of developing these ideas is, how do we create incredible humans? And the truth is, incredible humans come from incredible environments and exposure to incredible ideas. And I think a key idea with this is that it's just aligning to the native state and the native function of life. And I believe the native state of children is that they just absorb and they learn and they grow, and it's actually trained out of us by the traditional school system. So I don't think we need to go and do something crazy, but we just need to align to the native function and the native state, and to let the children really guide and direct themselves, because I feel like that's innate. That learning process is innate. That curiosity and that creativity is innate, and we don't want to interfere with it. And another part of the philosophy is that this is not one-way teaching. This is about growing with the kids and going on the journey with the kids. And this is not about me or the parents saying, hey, this is what you need to do, but this is all us going on a great adventure together. And, for me going on this journey, it's like I'm setting the example and I'm doing this. What I get out of this is an invitation for me to go deeper into myself, and this is a push for me to go deeper and to push harder and to go, and to grow more. This isn't teaching, this is us all going on a journey together. And this is really all about going on a big adventure into what it is that we are, into what it is that I am, and it's from this place of understanding what it is that I am, the kids understanding what it is that they are, that there's nothing that we can't create. Finally, courage. Courage is a key piece of this philosophy, because a great life requires courage. A great life requires us to step into the unknown, to go beyond what it is that we currently know. And so we're going to have courage and developing courage as a core idea. What this is not, this process is not about the acquisition, retention, and regurgitation of knowledge and information. This is not about a particular path or model for them to just copy and paste. This is not an improvement in reference to the old system and just trying to make some shitty old system better. This is about trying to create something new. This is not about extreme discipline or motivation. If these are required, you know, we've failed, we've missed the mark. And this is not about obligation. Nobody has to be here. Nobody's obligated to do everything. Everybody has a choice whether they want to be here and participate in this or not. This system that we're creating is not relying on me, but this is a system that will run once I leave. And so what will success sort of look like, you know, in this experiment? Well, for me, success will look like creating free, sovereign individuals that have time, geographical, and financial freedom, that are healthy, happy, wealthy, that will never need to trade their time for money, that they have an opportunity to seek and find their soul's purpose of what they want to spend their life creating, with the courage to follow what's in their heart and continue to step into the unknown without all the baggage and limitations of the traditional schooling system and the common beliefs held by society. And you know, going into this is an experiment. This is what I want for them. And I'm creating this out of what I wish I had. But you know, everybody, all the kids, you know, they're gonna have to make their own decision in regards to the depth and intensity that they wish to participate at, if they want to participate at all. And you know, I assume they will. And I assume some will dabble, some will go all in, and that's perfect. You know, results will be based on, you know, the application. And you know, like I said, this is an experiment. This is going to evolve and improve over time. And I'd suggest that this is much better than what is common, than the system that is currently in place. And even more than that, I believe we're going to create something new, a new model that other people will be able to implement. However, this is all a hypothesis. This is just an experiment, and you can check back in with us over the next year, 2 years, 5 years, and we'll keep you updated with what is created and what we learn. Sweet. So, you know, our relationship to ourselves, you know, creates our life, and our relationship to ourselves is really our relationship to the unknown, and our relationship to the unknown creates everything in our lives, and is our ability to step beyond what we currently are and create something greater. And, you know, nobody's really teaching courage. Nobody is teaching young people how to step beyond what it is that they are into something greater. And one of the greatest opportunities I think I had in my childhood was the opportunity to step into the unknown through sports and through cliff jumping. And it's something as simple as learning how to do a backflip or a gainer or even just jumping can change everything. So that's what we're doing. We're playing with it, and we're giving everyone an opportunity every day to go beyond what they currently know, to go beyond what's comfortable, and to be courageous, because it's a muscle. And the more courageous we are, the greater life we can live, the more that we can do, the more that we can create. And so we've got an opportunity today. Mimi's been wanting to do a gainer since I arrived here, and she's battled with it, and she's gone back and forth. And so today's the day where she's going to step beyond what she knows and do an amazing gainer. But we will see. I believe in her. How you feeling, Mimi?
I'm feeling scared, a bit nervous, but I know I can do it.
Oh, she charged. She had to go. But that's the worst that can happen, no? Pardon?
What did I not do? I'm done. Wait.
3, 2, and up, and up! Oh.
Is she okay?
Yeah, she...
What the
That was just straight on the head. She's having the courage. She's got the courage. She's got the courage. Mimi, 2 attempts in.
got a concussion. Man,
Tough, but you got it. You got it.
I'm gonna wait for my 40.
This is. You got this. You got this. It's not going to be worse. That's the worst. You just got to grab your knees, follow the head back all the way, and commit. And just trust. You got this, Mimi Top. Don't think. Don't think. This is your moment. This is your moment, Mimi. This is it. You got this, Mimi. Mimi, this is your moment. Mimi, this is it. This is your opportunity to cement it. You only have to get it once, and then you got it. You got this. Up and tuck and just follow it back like a normal backflip, Mimi. Just follow the head all the way back. I'm rolling, I'm rolling, I'm rolling. You got this. 3, 2, 1, go.